Yeah, good morning. I want to talk to everybody today. Like I said, just shed a little light, which is something that I like to do. Anything that I gather, I like to pass that on so it can serve whatever purpose that is intended for it to serve. But I just want to talk about people and who we choose to keep around us. And there's two great examples that comes out of the Bible. One is of a guy who was a paralytic. Now, both of these guys were paralytics. They called this last guy that I'm going to mention to you, he was an invalid. But one was a paralytic, and he had wanted to try to get to Jesus because he knew where he was at, and he couldn't get to him because of the crowd. There were so many people around him. But he had some friends who were able to get him to the roof of the building where Jesus was in, and they cut a hole in it, and they lowered this man down into the room where Jesus was at. Now, for me, that's very important. It's very important to have people around you that are willing to put in the extra work for you, people who can somewhat see the potential in you, and that can operate from a position of assistance. Because we all need that. I mean, we all need that to assist people and have people assist us in our life, and as we move through life. So these men were devout enough to this man to get him the help that he needed, that they went above and beyond. They could have, I would assume, they could have waited in a line, or they could have just experienced Jesus from the distance where they were at. But what they did was they collectively came together, and they got him in a position for him to receive what it is that he needed to receive from Jesus. Now, also, there was a guy, like I said, he was an invalid. That's what the term is used in the Bible. He was an invalid, and he laid around this pool. This was a pool of healing. He laid around this pool and with other invalids. So he wasn't the only one. Out around the outer perimeter of the pool, they were all invalids. But his complaint to Jesus was that nobody would move him down, or whenever he made an attempt, people would go in front of him, because of his condition. And it would appear that he had a pretty valid complaint, because he was considered an invalid, But the key thing was this. Jesus asked him, "Do you want to be healed?" That is a key question, because based on what you want, that should determine what you do. He said that he did. Jesus told him, well, get up yourself, pick up yourself and walk and go. Now, he made it to the pool, healed himself. And the point that I want to make about that is this. Oftentimes we are motivated by the people who we spend our time with, by the people who we associate with, the people who we deal with. This is the basis, I believe, of be ye not unequally yoked. It does not mean to not associate with the world, because you'd have to pretty much just become a hermit and live in a cave. What it is saying is attach yourself to people who are motivated and driven to do some things, people who are motivated and driven to accomplish some things in life. I mean, that's what we all should be after. We would want to have friends like the guy from the first story that I gave, where they will go above and beyond to get us in position to be successful, because they know as we become successful, they become successful. Those are people that are rooted and with good hearts. The people who actually want to see you improve yourself and do things a particular way. Then you have the other guy who was an invalid, and he was content, so to speak, with laying around the pool with other invalids. Jesus asked him, "Do you want to be healed?" And he said yes. Now, I'm pretty sure he wanted to, but he never had motivation based on where he was at, his position with other invalids. He never had motivation, the desire, and anything to push him, to move him in a direction to where he was able to pursue what it was that he wanted. Jesus didn't do anything in particular, but encouraged him and had him to tap within. If you want it, then go get it. If you want it, do you want to be healed? He said, yes, he does. Then Jesus said, then let's, go get it. I believe that is the same thing for all of us. Based on what relationships we carry, what relationships we have, be that your father wasn't in your life, mother wasn't in your life, or you might have had a bad father or a bad mother, you may be in a bad marriage, whatever the case may be. The fact of the matter is, if who you are not around is not pushing and promoting and trying to put you in positions to be successful, then you have to look within yourself, and you have to find it within yourself and ask yourself that key question. Whatever it is that you're lacking, do you really want it? Because if you can determine within yourself that you want it, then you have to understand that what you want determines what you do. The Bible says to judge a tree by the fruit that it bears, not the fruit that it talks about, not the fruit that it wants, but by the fruit that it bears. So if you are unproductive, and if you're unproductive, your ability to not be productive is based on the people that you're around that have you locked, that you've locked yourself into, then you might need to change the people around you. That's just my little word for the day. I hope everybody have a blessed day. And remember, it's not outside of you, it's in you.